What's going on, Jeromes? Welcome into the daily live stream. Well, daily adjacent. Again, sorry about my absence yesterday. Just a kid, sniffles, stuff. Yeah. And I don't know. I think it's like once you get inside, too much air conditioning, you got that circulated air. I don't know. Also, I think the kid has allergies, so okay. Yeah, but yeah, everything's good to go. Everything is good in the hood. The kid does not have coronavirus, which is great. So there you go. Happy Thursday out there. Happy Thirsty Thursday out there to everyone who celebrates. It is the Daily Jerome's live stream. Live chat. Let us know what is up, what is going on. Also, we got Q&A. What's on the menu for 4th of July. It's going to be a good time. I will say, though, also tomorrow, we're taking that live stream off on Friday because I'm getting the out of Dodge. So sorry about that. We'll be back on Monday, 11 a.m. Central Time. But also, I mean, it's holiday weekend. It's 4th of July. Proud to be American. All that stuff. You guys get out and enjoy yourself and win the day as well. So, Thursday. So, we asked what was on the menu for your 4th of July celebrations. I don't know what we're doing this weekend. It's going to be relatively basic. I mean, you can't go wrong with burgers and brats and dogs and ribs and all the other good stuff. As well as, don't JPP yourself. Don't go full on. But I never understood fireworks. Like, even as a kid, like, obviously enjoyed lighting them off, but maybe it's just a crotchety old man thing. But all right, so spending hundreds of bucks on literally things that you're lighting on fire, and all the money goes to China. I don't know, man. Just weird. Also, how can you really trust something that you buy in a parking lot out of a storage container? Well, I know, right? Although I will say, if you got into the fireworks sales racket, that's not bad, because conceivably, if you keep all of your product dry and in a relatively cool place, I mean, what's the shelf life on that? Indefinite? It's pretty close. It's like Halloween costumes, like Halloween. What's that place? Halloween City? No. What are those Halloween stores called? Halloween Express? Yeah, that must be it. So if you don't know, they just come in and take over like old abandoned stores and spaces, set up shop for like 6 weeks, sell Halloween costumes, and then they just pack up all the costumes and put them in a storage container, and then bring them out next year. Because you think, I mean, like a ghost costume or like a slutty nurse costume, like that's always going to be evergreen, and that doesn't really go bad, right? As long as you keep the storage container dry and no mice and no silverfish in there, it's indefinite. It's a great racket. It's good. All right, so next up. Oh, what the hell are we talking about? Oh, selling fireworks. I'm getting in the fireworks business. There you go. First up, Stan the Morrows. Who's winning in a fight, Uncle Sam or Polish Pete? I don't know who Polish Pete is. Uncle Sam's wiry, though. Yeah, I don't know. Is this a baseball thing? Yeah, no. I'm saying Uncle Sam. Next up is Jake Kaufman. If the Vikings don't go far in the playoffs this year, is Zimmer's tenure in Minnesota done? Say maybe, depending on how it ends. Like, if the Vikings bomb out and miss the playoffs, I think Zimmer could be on thin ice. Makes the playoffs. Maybe they ride it out for another year. Maybe he's on scholarship for another season. I think the line of demarcation is playoffs. So, like, barring massive injuries outside of his control, if it's just everyone's all hands on deck, yeah. Next up is Dr. Zanel and John Way. Lots of ice cold Coronas. Well, I'm on my way. I don't know what that is. Big Rover. Having dogs and burgers. Speaking of burgers, I'm pretty sure I saw you make a cameo on Man vs. Food, the Blue Door Pub. Yeah, we were on there. I don't think I can show the video because of YouTube and whatnot. But yeah, when Blue Door Man vs. Food, it wasn't Adam Richmond anymore. It was some new and different guy. But yeah, it was fun. We were mowing down on a Mount Vesuvius burger, which I highly recommend. There you go. Stan the Moros. Name a Viking that you still listens to. Name a Viking that you think still listens to boy bands regularly. I don't know. Chad Beebe, because Chad Beebe is in a boy band. I could see Kirk Cousins, before the Rona, in the weight room, like a team, like a last off season, a team OTA, weight training. You got CJ Ham deadlifting 550 pounds, more than that, deadlifting 700 pounds. Maybe he snatches and cleans 550 pounds. And then while this is going on, everyone's cheering each other on, giving each other dap and hoot and holler and all that stuff as they're getting their lift on. And then Kirk Cousins puts on the "You Are My Fire." Of course he would. I bet you Kirk gets down to some Backstreet Boys or some NSYNC, or he goes to the deep catalog. He goes to O-Town, or he goes to LFO. R.I.P. Rich, by the way. Yeah, I can see Kirk going down that road. Baby, when the lights go, or So when MTV actually did content, yeah. All right, so there was a show called Together, which was a spoof MTV, which was a spoof show about a boy band during the height of the craze, right? And they actually made like an album. So it was, I don't remember the names. This is actually Chris Farley's brother, which is funny. This one unfortunately passed away, R.I.P. Let's look this up. I remember such stupid things. And the song was Together. That's Active 99.1. Fictional boy band, blah, 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 blah. All right, so the members, Evan Farmer, yeah, Kevin Farley, who is Chris Farley's brother, which is just funny. Of course, he's from Madison. Chris Farley is the only good thing to ever come out of Madison. Who's John Farley? Oh, of course, he's another comedian. And the Farley family just must have been insane. Like, insanely funny. R.I.P. Chris Farley. Man, we're talking about a lot of death today. Whatever happened to the lead singer guy? Oh, that's right. So this guy went on to host like HGTV shows, which is funny. Doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Andy Maxfield. Was Jack Del Rio kind of legit when he came to the Vikings, eventually finished his career? I mean, his stats deserve massive respect. Let's look that up. I actually like Jack Del Rio as a player. I think he's a solid D coordinator. He's pretty meh as a head coach. So final 4 years here with the Vikings after spent sort of bouncing around. Had a couple nice years with the Cowboys. All right, so tackles, blah, blah, blah. I'm assuming that 153, 169, nice, led the team those years. I mean, yeah, he came over relatively young. Yeah, pretty decent. Made one Pro Bowl, part of the Vikings, 94. So there you go. I don't know. I compare his career to like Paul Posluszny, somewhere in there. Yeah. But yeah, he was pretty decent. He was no Scott Studwell. He was no Eric Hendricks, but he's pretty solid. Boomatic. You run into Royal Rick in the elevator at the local Mayo going to get Rona tested. You're able to pitch him one trade. Which one are you picking? Might as well rehearse it. All right, Rick. All right, so here we go. Don't cough on me. Where's your mask? So, Rick, here's what you should do. Yeah, the Riley Reef and Desmond King trade that the little boy Field Yates proposed. Yeah, it's a good one. You should do that, but also you should take that cap savings and flip him to New England for Joe Thuney. A third-round pick, which New England just lost in the Spygate. Just live life. So, again, multifaceted trade. Reef for Desmond King, the best slot cornerback in the NFL. Trade a third-round pick and use that cap space to bring in Joe Thuney and just work it out. Yeah, that'd be my pitch. Pulford or trade Chad Beebe to the Jets, which is a video coming out this afternoon. Pulford Skull. I'll be working a 12-hour shift, so find some yummy barbecue and someone out grilling. Like a buffet all shift. That's the best. Hey, thank you. You're the best, man. Tree J. Ever been so broke you had sleep for dinner? That's from a comedy act, isn't it? Yeah. Also, yesterday, Mr. Billy Haywood celebrated 20 years since being the Twins manager, left Major League Baseball for fishing and Little League. Yeah, Little Big League. Now, of course, I'm jaded by Little Big League because, it's the Twins, it's a Metrodome, it's nostalgia, everything like that. But this is actually just a really good movie. You ever come across a movie where, like, there's some scenes where it just drags and, like, the director's just trying to, like, cinematography, it's great. But no, you find this a lot in baseball movies. But, I mean, Little Big League, it's fast-paced. There's not a wasted scene. I mean, Ken Griffey Jr.'s in this movie. The big unit's also in this movie. Man, it was great. Also, Jonathan Silverman. This guy. As well. What else was he in? So Luke from Gilmore Girls is the pit. He's basically Scott Erickson. It's kind of a-hole, but yeah. It was great. Also, yeah, Billy Haywood wearing number 20. That's Pat Mahomes' number from back in the day. They literally have Bull Durham in this movie. Yeah, that's actually his name. Leon Alexander Bull Durham. Lou Collins. This guy's a stand-in for Rick Aguilera. Aguilera? Nailed it. It's just a great movie. Go watch this movie. Don't be stupid. That is tight. I'm not a big jersey or memorabilia person, but getting a Twins Billy Haywood jersey, it's happening. I'm doing it. All right, next up. I'm glad the baseball's back. I'm not the biggest baseball fan in the world anymore, but I'm just glad that's going to be around. You know what I mean? Next up, WDA Robbie. Would you rather see the Vikings win the Super Bowl this year and never again, or not win for next 10 years, but then start a dynasty? I've waited this long. I could wait another 10 years, so bring on the dynasty. Gavin O, how about signing Snacks Harrison to fill the 3-tech? Snacks is more of a nose. It's weird that he's just floating out there, though. But, nah. Luke K, taking my girlfriend to Duluth, first vacation with her, so I hope it goes well. We've been dating for 2.5 years. Any recommendations to do while I'm up there? Actually, what to do? So there was this really good brewery that we went to a couple years ago. I don't even know if it's still open. Duluth Brewery. All right, so obviously Ben Paddle is all up there. It wasn't on the Wisconsin side, though, was it? Was it Lake Superior Brewing? It might have been. But yeah, if you and the girlfriend partake in the beverages, Ben Paddle is always great. I've heard good things about Ursa Minor. Haven't actually partaken in them. The Lake Superior, yeah, this must be it, right? Where's the picture? Oh, there it is. Oh, no, there's a Canal Park. Anyway, there's some great breweries down there, as well as if it's your first time to Duluth, do the touristy thing. Go out on the point and go see the bridge and blah, 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 blah. So there you go. Yeah. It's fun, though, man. First vacation together, that's a big step. It is. Even though, yeah. Cyberbully123. Can't have 4th of July without cold beer, Go Barbecue, and Kid Rock. I mean, the last one just sort of got slipped in there. Like, I don't know. I think the Founding Fathers had a perfectly fine 4th of July without Bob from Detroit. Actually, Kid Rock is sort of underrated. Like, the album, his debut album, well, it's not debut album, but the one that put him on the map, Devil Without a Cause, it's actually pretty good. It is. If you were an NFL player, show us what your touchdown celebration would be if you scored. I don't know. Who did the bow? Is that Maurice Jones-Drew? Oh, it was Arian Foster. That makes sense. Arian Foster, Namaste. That makes sense. It actually might be something as simple as that. Just a little bow. I may just straight up copy Arian Foster. Yeah. Not too creative. I don't know. I fully expect there to be back in that end zone multiple times. Multiple. But, yeah. All right. Live stream. Let us know where we're watching from. Give a couple of shout outs. Always enjoys doing that. There you go. Fire in. Next up is Nick Doroff. Probably some burgers. Which 5 Minnesota? Oh, sorry. There's an question. Top 5 video games growing up. GoldenEye. Super Mario, like Super Mario World, Super Nintendo, Star Fox. Star Fox was great. What year Madden though? Is that Madden 96, I believe. And then NBA Jam, pretty easy. Also, Roger Clemens video. So, as a kid, I just remember playing Roger Clemens baseball, SNES, where it was a much better time in the video game world before, like, there was official licensing on everything. So Roger Clemens had this unlicensed baseball game, right? So obviously they couldn't have like actual team names or player names or anything like that, but it was great. I absolutely love this. So let's see if we can find the teams. But yeah, you see the Seattle Pioneers, the Kansas City Kings, the Minnesota Hounds. That was us, babe. Actually, yeah, full on screenshots. I mean, this was a great game. This was the best game ever. The California Waves. Yeah, and also it was like, the Minnesota Hounds, the roster, number 34, the right-handed hitter. He's just really, really good coming out of that 3 spot. Clean up, you got the first baseman, number 14. I don't know who it is. You never know. Oh, also, SNES college basketball game. Yes. Also, man, like so many just random jabroni Super Nintendo games. So, Worldly. Oh, it's got the same logo? Man, that's messed up. All right, so this NCAA basketball game was on Super Nintendo, which, I mean, the graphics were not great. They actually had the schools, which is kind of cool. I see they have Oklahoma State as well as Ole Miss on there. But, yeah, Syracuse. This was when John Thomas was at Syracuse, number 44, and I specifically remember his name on the roster was Bofto. So you had the small forward, number 44, named Bofto, who was just a stud. And it's so stupid. Actually, I would love to get the emulator of this game, as well as Roger Clemens baseball, and just play it. Man, it's just good. Also, of course, NBA Jam. I mean, these were top-tier breaking graphics. These were just amazing back in the day. Yeah. A couple shout-outs. We got Stanley Morrow, Skull from Scranton. What is up? Nick Doroff, Skull from his bathroom. Purple Rain, Wausau, Wisconsin. Zach Ball, Skull from Northern Colorado. Going down to Denver this weekend. Do you like SNES Star Fox? Hell yeah. It is the best. Thorvald Von Johnson, Watkinsville, Georgia. What is up? Down south. Sawyer Hill, shout out. Duluth native, station in Maryland. Hooyah. Hey, thank you for your service, brother. Next up is Preacher Paul is on Highway 54 north of Eau Claire, rolling up to Superior. Superior is great because it's really close to Minnesota. Also, that's where Bug Grant's born. Or, not born, but at least grew up. Devin A. Toff, Skull from Brentwood, California. What is up? Favorite Together song is U plus Me equals us. See, people know. People remember. Oh, John Anderson TV, Skull from Sweden. It's up across the pond. Love Sweden. Your meatballs, divine. Nick Paulson, Skull from middle of a cornfield. Boom. All right, back to the cues. Nick Doroff, probably some burgers. Which 5 Minnesota Vikings players would you want to partake in the Nathan's hot dog eating contest? Take on the almighty Chestnut. Well, so it's not always the big guys who are good at the eating contest, right? Because generally they're rather slim, kind of athletic looking guys. Because you look at Chestnut, Joey Chestnut looks like your average dude. Yeah, I mean, Joey Chestnut just looks like your average Joe Schmo from Philly, right? Yeah. The guy, just an average looking dude. He's a middle manager at some plastics manufacturing company. Yeah, he enjoys a beer a night. He enjoys a 6-pack during the weekend. Does not have a 6-pack, which is fine. Yeah, he just looks like an average dude. Who knew that he's the greatest eater in the history of the world? Also, like Kobayashi. Yeah, Kobayashi just looks like your average run-of-the-mill Japanese dude. I mean, he's probably really into anime, probably really into hentai. Just like, whatever. But then, like, he destroys. In fact, like the first year that he was at the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, like, he like doubled the record, so much so that they thought he was cheating, but that he just learned the technique where it was. Yeah, I remember the Freakonomics episode about us. It wasn't. His technique wasn't how do I eat as many hot dogs as possible. It's how do I eat one hot dog the fastest, which seems like a small change of strategy, but it really does completely open things up, right? So he was the one who did the rip the hot dog in half, dip it in water, and just like, which I don't know, man. I don't know, man. That's like you want to enjoy them, especially Nathan's hot dogs are pretty good, but nah. So 5 Vikings I would want. Brian O'Neill, which Brian O'Neill could do some damage on there. I mean, the big guys never do good, though. But I'll take Michael Pierce. Just for LOLs, I'll take Chad Beebe. I feel like Nate Stanley might be able to do some things. Then I don't know. Maybe a Fadi. Brian Cole. I don't know why. It's Brian Cole. Next up, Ernesto Esparza, Carne Asadas, and Margaritas, baby. It's a good way to go about any day, let alone 4th of July. A couple more shout-outs. Russell Mullen, Skull from Apopka, Florida. What is up? I love Florida. It's a great state. It is a lawless swamp, and I mean that with as much love as possible. Great. All right, you guys are the best. Let's go. Eric Hansen. I'm not worried about food, but we'll be drinking Grain Belt Blue and Summer Shandy. Mix of fitty. It's pretty good. We call it Blue Shandy, and it almost looks purple. Yeah. So I will say that I have like a 12-pack of Grain Belt Blue. It's now an 11-pack. I've talked about, I do enjoy like summerish beers, but I mean, it can't be as syrupy, sticky sweet as like a daiquiri, but that Grain Belt Blue, it's a little bit tough to hack, not gonna lie, which sucks because it's a Minnesota institution, Grain Belt is, but maybe I'll try that mix. Maybe that's a way to do it. Next up, Zach Ballas. Jerome's dream wasn't half bad. What's on your workout playlist? No 4th menu as of yet. Just trying to lose weight. So probably lots of water. Watermelon's great. It is good. So your workout playlist. So generally it's a lot of metal. It's a lot of up-tempo stuff. Let's see here. All right, so right now, so on the old workout list, we got Metallica, AC/DC, Pantera, the Filter song, Hey Man, Nice Shot. Hey Man, Nice Shot. Godsmack, Monster Magnet, Perfect Circle, Stained, Ozzy, Guns N' Roses, Alice in Chains, Buck Cherry, Saliva. Saliva, their songs are actually really catchy. Ram Jam, Black Betty, Bam Lamb, Limp Bizkit, Dropkick Murphys, AWOL Nation, some Nipsey Hussle, some Puddle of Mud, Motley Crue, System of a Down, Seven Dust Disturbed, Korn, Marilyn Manson, Motorhead, Deftones, see, some Linkin Park, a little bit Soundgarden. Oh, Foo Fighters, duh. Dope. Let's see what else here. Kendrick Lamar, Run the Jewels, Rise Against, and Prince. Duh. I like. All right, so the Prince song, "Nothing Compares to You," which is, frankly, I think is one of Prince's best songs. I like throwing it in there just randomly when it pops up because there's about 200 songs in there, so it'll pop up occasionally and just like. All right, next up. MIT 03, we're having ribs and root beer floats. Also, who do you think is better right now, Cam Newton or Josh Allen? If I had to pick one for one season, which is generally my default for who's better, I would take Cam. I don't know if Josh Allen will ever reach the heights that Cam reached, and I will take into account Newton's potential health issues. And also, I trust Newton's offensive coaching better than I do Josh Allen. Luke K., what do you think about this starting O-line? Ezra Cleveland, Kyle Hinton, Bradbury, Oli Udoh, Brian O'Neill. Any improvements you would make? I would sign up for that today. Like I understand that you're starting Oli at right guard, which is fine, and then also you're starting a seventh round pick from a small school that had no OTAs. Do not care. Don't care at all. All in. We got Eagles fan in the live chat. That's funny. Yeah. Next up is. See, I don't mind opposing fan bases in the live chat. I really don't. As long as they're relatively respectful and not like spamming the chat. I mean, it's fine. Plus, I think people have fun with it. There you go. Next up is Josh Newman, barbecue. Do you think Kirk Cousins will win a Monday Night Football game this year? All right, so he's got one shot. Week 10 at Chicago. Yes. Husgamer 15. Have you ever been part of a band? And if so, do you still have their songs? I have not. No. Husgamer 15. Have you seen the NBA 2K21 Kobe edition cover? And what are your thoughts? Kobe. Oh, that's tight. That's good. Man, that's how long 2020 has already been. Like, Kobe passed away a couple months ago. Man, it sucks. There was this great, like, I guess meme. It was like, there it is. Can we watch this? No, we're going to watch it anyway. If Kobe was your roommate. Step back. Whoa, Jay. Kobe. And the fist bump. R.I.P. R.I.P. Kobe. Next up is, are you into rap or any rappers? Yeah, I skew more old school when it comes to rap, even though we listed off J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Run the Jewels. I like their stuff a lot. Let's see here. I mean, also in heavy rotation is Tupac, a lot of Biggie. Nipsey Hussle is a legend as well. Trying to. It's another Warren G gets a lot of love. Like Nate Dogg on his own, like his solo stuff is really, really good. Dre 2001 may be the greatest album of all time. Kanye's College Dropout is certainly up there as well. So yeah, it's a lot more stuff from when I was younger that still is in quite a bit of rotation. Oh, Bone Thugs East 1999. Woo! Slaps. Next up, AJ Barnes, the old classic 4th of July meal of ribs, potato salad, hot dog, burgers, beans, etc. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm really intrigued by Kenny Willekes. What do you believe is better strength between DN and stand-up outside linebacker? I think he's better as a DN. I don't think he has the agility to be a stand-up outside linebacker, but yeah, it is really intriguing because a lot of the pundits did think he was going to be a fourth, fifth round pick, just because of his production. But I didn't check all the metrics boxes. But I mean, there's a guy who's a former walk-on, just an absolute heart and hustle guy. And yeah, he may have to be on the practice squad for a year. But I mean, betting on his future, I really like Kenny Willekes. Next up. What is more disappointing, the failure of us trading for Akari Vedvik or the failure of us drafting Daniel Carlson? For me, it was Carlson because I thought he'd be the next Justin Tucker 2.0. Yeah, Carlson easily, because even though you got hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray for Akari Vedvik, the Daniel Carlson's like out of Auburn, spent a fifth-round pick. I think he was the first specialist taken that year. Where it's like, hey, this is going to be set it and forget it. And then not so much. And then even more so that his problems were easily correctable. I mean, that's the most frustrating thing. Andrew Hansen. With the increase in young, talented players on the Vikings roster, do you think the Vikings Super Bowl window will be open longer? Yes. Yes, I do. Actually, I think they're just opening the window, like cranking that thing. A 4th of July menu, something grilled and lots of beer. It's a good default. It's a good way to start. Next up is Brady Miller. How long do you think Zimmer and Kubiak will coexist as head coaches? And do you think, I actually think their two sons will take over? I think they do have a really good working relationship. I think Kubiak is perfectly fine. Just having that taste. I don't think he wants that smoke of being a head coach anymore. And Zimmer finally got what he wanted. He wants to be head coach of the defense. He found himself a head coach of the offense. He's not going to leave. And yeah, I could see a world where eventually they do turn over play calling duties to each of their respective sons. Preach Paul, Holland for all y'all. Not sure yet, but I bet it'll be lots of beef and chicken, a couple of cold ones, just wife and I, Montana Nesters. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It was good. Stanley Morris. 4th is going to be usual brats, Hoffman's natural casing, hot dog links, some burgers stuffed, and maybe a little ribeye action. Don't forget the porch rocker and cheap domestic beer for everyone else. The porch rocker is really good. Sam Adams knows what they're doing. And it's so weird. Like, people want you to be successful up to a certain level, but I mean, people trash Sam Adams as just being a national domestic beer, but Sam Adams was the original microbrew. It really was. And then they got popular because they made a good product and people like it, and it was accessible, and they had great logistics. So I don't know. Is it just a weird human thing where you want someone to be successful, but only up to a certain level, and then you're like, well, if they're successful, that means that they're corrupt and they've taken advantage of people. So let's knock them down a peg or two. Let's boycott them. Yeah. Tristan. Ezra Cleveland is probably my favorite player. The Vikings draft last year. I live in Idaho Falls, so I'm a Boise State Broncos fan. For me, it's always exciting to see a Boise State player get drafted, and so you must love Alexander Madison. Plus, they probably should have drafted Brett Rippon 2 years ago, too. Rippon was good. Yeah. Hey, it's Lulz. Steak and ribs for the 4th. Woo! Turf and turf. Size AP, who do you think will retire as a Viking that isn't currently on the roster? Well, I don't think AP will. Then currently on the roster. Everson, does that count? Yeah, I think Everson will be back. That's probably about it. Oh, Larry Fitzgerald. Could next year finally be the year? Daniel Langren. My plans might be going to see race cars and go see good racing and spend time with my family and go to the casino and win some money. That is winning the weekend right there. Damn, Daniel, damn. Sir Meeps a lot. Today marks exactly 2 weeks until Harris is either traded or extended because he says he wants a long-term deal. This gives out a lot of cap on Cooker 2020. I would be okay in theory trading Harris, but I mean, who's going to replace him? Metellus? Cole? AJ Barnes. Give me the top 5 tight ends currently in the league, and who you picking to have one season between Prime Gronk and Prime Kelsey. Well, Prime Gronk, it's not even close. Top 5 tight ends currently in the league is Kittle, Kelsey, Ertz, Andrews, and I think Gronk makes the top 5. Just barely. Yeah. Bawa Taba, hot showers or cold showers? Hot and then cold. Like, and cold, it's great. Like, I can't do the full-on, like, stoic cold shower, but hot shower. Well, let's say I'm working outside than cold shower, but like a normal shower, hot, scrub all the bits and pieces, and then end it with a cold shower. See how long it can last too. Like it's good for the soul. A little suffering is good. The average gamer. Hypothetical trade scenarios. Dalvin to Kansas City for Chris Jones and a 6. I don't think they go for that. I mean, they're committed to Damian Williams and they drafted Edwards-Helaire. Reef and a 5th and a 6th for Desmond King and Forrest Lamp. I would take the latter, especially if they're not if the Vikings aren't taking on any of Reef's salary. Screw that noise. Mo Abdul 99. Spend time with family and eat a lot of meat. That's right. BW steaks on the grill, ice cold beer, good cigars. Whew, yeah, I forgot about the cigar aspect. Also, so since we got young kids who don't stay up very late, and also I like going to bed at like 8:30. We haven't seen fireworks in years. Because if you think about it, July in Minnesota, it doesn't really get dark until like 10:30, which is just Sir Meep Slot. A bunch of teams are reportedly interested in AB. And if he goes to Tampa Bay, I'm going to be heated. Do you think the Vikings are one of many teams interested? Probably not. I think that he would be worth it just taking a shot. He is working out with Russell Wilson. So, I don't know. Seattle has taken shots on guys before. But yeah, Russ with Metcalf, AB, and Lockett. That's pretty damn good. That's a pretty damn good trio. Mr. Football Dude. Ethan Griffin's skull from Maplewood up to no good. What's up? Barbecue ribs and beef steaks. That's right. Wolves. I have a good feeling the Vikings are going to go to the Super Bowl this year. We're going to celebrate 4th with family, and now with Corona is canceled. Kind of sucks. Now, luckily, you can just grill and like get drunk in your own place in quarantine over Zoom. Also, where did Zoom come from, by the way? I had not heard of Zoom before the Rona started, and then all of a sudden, it's the bee's knees. Like whatever happened to Skype, whatever happened to FaceTime, just like Zoom just came in and took over. Also, who's invested in Zoom? I want to know. Follow the money. Sir Meep Slot. Clowney keeps putting out things like, I'll take other offers from other teams. I really do think that he might be a deal from the Vikings, marital marriage, just because he's the opportunity to event star next to Daniel Hunter. Mike Pearson Miller and Watts be beautiful. Except Clowney's a tweener. Like, he's not big enough to play inside as an every down player, and he's just not that great of an edge rusher. Like, he's never had double-digit sacks. He's never, I don't believe he's ever eclipsed 70 pressures in a season. Also, you factor in the health. Spartus JX. Hey, Andy, here's a question for you. If you could choose from all the players currently in the league, and assuming salary cap wasn't a thing, Aaron Donald, who would be on your present-day Vikings dream team? Position by position, if you feel so. Or so, who's the best player at every position? Okay. So, Mahomes, no running back. No. Fully healthy Dalvin or McCaffrey. Fullback CJ Ham. Wide receivers Nuke and Julio. And then I have Thielen operating from the slot face. Tight end Kittle. Left tackle Ronnie Stanley or David Bakhtiari. Guards Martin. I was going to say Richie Incognito, but that's probably not correct. Scherf, maybe. Oh, no. What am I talking about? Quentin Nelson. Quentin Nelson, Zach Martin, center. Rodney Hudson, maybe. Still. Yeah. Right tackle, probably Ryan Ramczyk. Edge rushers, I'll take Daniil. I'll take Daniil and Joey Bosa. Defensive interior, I'll take Aaron Donald and Chris Jones. Linebackers, I'll take Kendricks and Darius Leonard. Cornerbacks. I mean, it may take Desmond King in the slot, but Gilmore. Gilmore and Tre'Davious White? Is that controversial? I don't think it is. Safety, Anthony Harris, a free safety, and I'll take Jamal Adams in the box. Kicker, Justin Tucker. Punter. Who's the name of the Seattle jabroni? Yeah, I'll take him. Long snapper, Austin Cutting. There you go. Kyle Rippentrop. We always do Brisket on the 4th. Yeah, Brisket's great. If you got the time to do it, it's awesome. Who has the best hands in the NFL ever? I got Chris Carter all day. Chris Carter's up there, but I saw an anecdotal stat, which I don't know if it's true. Let's see. And then drops. It was a anecdotal. It was an anecdotal stat that Larry Fitzgerald has more tackles in his career than he does drops, which I don't know if that's true. Has 29 career drops and 37 career tackles, which would be pretty amazing. All right, how do you amass all those career tackles? Well, he had some really bad quarterbacks and had to tackle out of interceptions. Yeah, but CC's up there. Not Jerry Rice because he admitted to using Stickum, by the way. That certainly, yeah, because I mean that certainly impacts his legacy, doesn't it? Illegal. All right, next up is Tree J. Brats and pork chops. If you're going to build the perfect quarterback, what attributes are you going for? Oh, yeah, I always like doing these. Well, let's build perfect. That's here. All right. Actually, do we have more attributes here? Man, this is an old one. Torso of Cam Newton. Okay, measuring his hat. Arm of Aaron Rodgers, head of Peyton Manning, and legs of Kaepernick. Yeah. All right, so let's see. Vision. Is it still Brady? Might be. Yeah. Speed, Lamar Jackson. Passing touch? I mean, you got arm strength. You could go Josh Allen. Accuracy. That's a tough one. I guess size, you could go Cam or Josh Allen. Elusiveness. I mean, Russell Wilson is the modern day Fran Tarkenton. Could put Johnny Manziel in there too. Why not? Oh, how they play when they're angry. Can we have Kirk Cousins on that? Definitely not Kirk Cousins' pocket awareness. Next up. Pull for Skull. Do you think the Vikings have a COVID game plan in place? You should make a video about the subject. They're taking a few players. Yeah, I'm sure there are policies and procedures in place. I'm more worried about the coaching staff, especially since they're older. What happens if Kirk tests positive but feels fine? The league says 6 weeks for a player to test positive. Bringing Keenum in, Cap Rosen. I mean, Keenum's probably going to get cut. I would just pick up Keenum anyway, right? Let's see. Oh, Keenum's on the Browns? I forgot about that. So, yeah, it probably is going to get cut. I thought for a second that he was still with the, what's their face? But yeah, he and Stefanski go way back like chiroprac. Also, wait, he actually got like a decent amount from the Browns, if I remember right. Yeah, Baker, Keenum. Oh, yeah, he's definitely staying in Cleveland. Watch. Baker will get hurt or benched, and then Keenum just comes in and like leads them to a Super Bowl. Like, how amazing would that be? Of course, the Vikings and the quarterback that they chose not to take, and the head coach that the Vikings chose to not give the job to, they're like, oh, Super Bowl. No big deal. Oakview. Why don't we sign AB? And if he whines like Diggs, we just bench him or don't even sue him up. I say take a shot. If he's reinstated, sure. 4th of July is like Thanksgiving for my family. It really is. Thanksgiving and Actually, I think 4th of July is one of the more underrated holidays. Federal holiday. It's a federally observed holiday, so a lot of people get Monday off, right? Pretty sure. Also, good weather, boating, cabin, barbecue. I mean, the other holidays are fine. Like Christmas is always great. Of course, New Year's Eve is massively overrated. Like, no one goes out because it's all amateur hour out there. Plus, staying up to midnight is not really appealing anymore. Valentine's Day is whatever. St. Patty's Day, same thing. See New Year's. Although St. Patty's Day is nice because generally March Madness is starting, but not so much this year. See what else here. Easter, Arbor Day. I think Thanksgiving. Well, screw Halloween. Yeah, Thanksgiving and 4th of July are up there for the best holidays. They are. Yes, are. Jack Thomas Vanasek. Ribs and pulled pork sandwiches. Oh, yeah, right, Lisa. They all come from the same magical animal. Flying Kite 04. If AB comes back, he could make a position change. He would. Like, to what position? Or he would make a positive change. Oh, I get it. I was like, where's he switching to? He ain't going to be a tight end. If Cap comes back, he would be a negative change. Also, the most patriotic food I could find. What is the most American food? Because if you think about it, a hamburger originated from Germany as a Hamburg steak. And then hot dogs from Germany. I guess it would be ribs and barbecue, wouldn't it? Because, that originated in the South. Yeah, I think that is the most Americanized food. I mean, pizza we even stole from Italy and just bastardized the hell out of that. Like tacos, like Taco Bell, Panda Express. We Americans are very good at declaring manifest destiny on other worldly ethnic cuisines and just bastardizing it. Like, how can we make this sugary and fattier and just more umptuous and larger and then wrap it in bacon? Actually, anything bacon as well as anything with ranch dressing is very American. So this guy's going to get a rack of ribs wrapped in bacon, dipped in ranch. I'm in. F it, I'm in. Jake Kaufman pizza because I work the 4th. Pizza's still good though. Tristan, let's say the Jets go 3-13, 4-12, and give up on Sam Darnold next offseason. What would you give up for him? I'll trade a third. I won't trade Cousins. Unless Cousins completely face plants. But yeah, if the Jets are done with Darnold, I actually really like Sam Darnold. I would take him. Benjamin Gillen. Smoke brisket, and if you could have any quarterback right now not named Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, who would it be? Russ, it's not even close. Sean Mannion. Oh yeah, Kyler's my man. Forgot about Kyler. Yeah, brisket is amazing. We were gonna do a brisket, but then we're gonna be traveling, so it's like, next up, Tristan. I also hope the NFL gets canceled here. I know it sucked, but I honestly can't see a situation where this won't end badly. Just power through it. That's what college is going to do because they ain't missing out on that money. Sir Meeps a lot. Some wings and some soda. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shoot. Luke K. Just went back and looked at the Josh Allen video to see the comments of wow, these guys just utter nonsense. I like Bills Mafia, but I guess they're keyboard warriors and aren't the best. They'll do anything to defend the guy. Just twirl my thumbs until drama happens there. Yeah, so if you haven't seen the Josh Allen video, we took a Josh Allen quote. We just really twisted it just because we were bored that day. And we had this fake outrage about like, how was Josh Allen disrespecting Stephon Diggs and Vikings fans? And of course, Bills Mafia got a hold of it. And Bills Mafia, so bless their hearts. I mean, they're part of the 0 for 4 Super Bowl club as well. And I also generally like them. But the ones on the internet are definitely mouth breathers who can't get past level 1 thinking. So they didn't pick up on the sarcasm. They didn't get any of this. They obviously aren't in on the bit. And it's like they got so mad. And you'll see that one of the so you guys know on here that I occasionally intentionally mispronounce words because it's funny to me. Like, who's going to make the 53-man rooster? But on that video, I called routes roots. And if you go look at the comments, it's like the number one thing. It's like, I can't think of anything. Roots. It's really funny. It's hilarious to me. I think I should do that more often. Just intentionally misconstrue something and just like dishonestly present like a hot take. Just like really lean into it and just see how another fan base implodes. Like that happens a lot. Well, except it's actually true when we're talking about like Bears and Mitchell Trubisky ponder as well as Aaron Rodgers stuff. It's fun. We should do it more often. Tree J. Someone unpopular opinion, but pickles don't belong in chicken sandwiches. Someone said that. Like some NFL players said that. No, hard disagree. I mean, pickles are delicious. Also, just maybe not so much the texture, but like the flavor of the pickle is just good because, gosh, what was it? So, during the whole Popeye sandwich craze that went on a couple weeks ago, remember when life was simpler? When we were just complaining about Chick-fil-A sandwiches and Popeye sandwiches. So, got the Popeyes chicken sandwich, brought home for the wife. And she didn't like pickles, but they had pickles on the sandwiches, so picked them off. But she still, it still had a little bit of the pickle essence. You know, like how LaCroix waters, they don't really have flavor, but they have an essence of flavor. It's like a kiwi had a crop dusted fart in the other room. It's one of those things, or whatever the joke is. And then but it didn't have the pickle on the sandwich, but had the essence of the pickle, and she really liked that. And now, whenever we have like sandwiches, she's just like, "Don't put the pickle on there, but just like drag. Don't put the pickle on there, but just like drag the pickle across." It sounds so stupid, but it's her thing, right? So yeah, I mean, pickle, the briny and saltiness makes everything better. Get out of here. Is having alcohol. Would you rather get hit by Antoine Winfield wearing no pads twice or take a Brett Favre fastball to the nuts, no cup? So is Winfield wearing pads? Because I think that would impact things too. Also, in the primes right now. So I'm definitely taking the Antoine Winfield hits because I just feel it'd be easier to brace. As long as it's not like a blindside hit. Also, Twan is old, and Favre still has a strong arm. But Antoine Winfield, he's probably lost some weight from his playing days. He still looks fit and in shape, though, by the way. But yeah, I would take the 2 hits because I'd be fine from that. Yeah, I mean, it's just like takedown in jiu-jitsu, you're fine. But I mean, the fastball to the nuts, I mean, that's you know what the outcome is going to be. So that. All right, Jeromes, that is it. That is the live stream for Thursday. Gentlemen, live stream, you guys are the best. Like I said at the beginning, we're taking tomorrow off because we're hitting the road and getting the hell out of Dodge. Happy 4th of July. Have a great weekend, everyone. Be safe. Don't go all JPP on the bit. You guys are the best. We'll talk to you next Monday. Skull, production value.